Go ahead and start on our backs, allowing our breath to be even and full. Arms loose to the side. You can let those feet splay to the side. It's nice and comfortable. Feeling the body settle in. Trying to elongate the amount of time we take an inhale and an exhale. Trying to count to 4 on that inhale, at least pausing at the top and then exhaling out for 4. Then go ahead and bend the right knee and place the right foot on the mat and extend the left leg up in the air. Point and flex those toes, exaggerating the point and exaggerating the flex. Pointing and flexing, say 5 to 6 times. And then make some clockwise circles with the foot. Again, maybe 5 to 6 times, and counterclockwise circles. And then go ahead and place that left foot back down on the mat and extend the right leg. Taking nice dramatic points and flexes. Maybe wiggling the toes as you do so. We don't stretch and work our toes very often, and yet we do everything with them. And some clockwise circles. And some counterclockwise circles. And bring that right foot back down to the mat. Let the knees touch ever so slightly at the top. Continuing to breathe in and out. Repositioning your body if you need to. And go ahead and separate the knees and rock them from side to side. Maybe arms come out to the side if that's what's comfortable. And when you're ready, settle those knees in on the left. Left knee hopefully comes all the way to the ground. We're working on getting that right leg down. If it's comfortable for you, you can place that left leg on top of the right thigh to open up that hip a little bit farther. Sending breath to that right hip space. Take one more inhale here. Release the left foot off the right thigh. Engage the core, bring the legs back through center. And on the exhale, bring them over to the right. Again, if it's comfortable for you, you can place that right foot up on the thigh. Be careful that you don't place it on the knee. We don't want any excess pressure on the knee joint, especially for the 3 of us in this class. We all have knee issues. Sending our breath to our left hip space and side body. Taking one more inhale here, releasing that right foot. Engage in the core and bring the legs back up to center. If your strap is nearby, go ahead and grab your strap. Extend the right leg out to the ground. Bring the left leg up and place that strap around the left foot, extending it up nice to the sky. Using both hands on the strap, pull the left leg forward, engaging those hamstring muscles for a stretch, never letting them shake. If it's too intense, you just back off a little bit. If it's too intense having the right leg straightened, you could always bend that right leg and ease the tension. You could probably pull it farther forward. It's really what's comfortable for you. Just giving that hamstring a stretch without shortening it. No shaking of the hamstring. Then pulling off that stretch a little bit, go ahead and place the strap in just the left hand. Bring the left hand down a little bit. Send that right arm out long. Take a nice deep inhale. And on the exhale, drop the left leg all the way over to the left, as far as it will go. Maybe pulling up a little bit higher or lower, depending on how your groin muscle feels. Can you get your foot all the way to the mat? Maybe you can't. Maybe your elbow's in the way. Maybe you have to adjust that strap with the left arm, see if you can get it down a little bit farther. Breathing into that left hip, the inner left hip, inner left leg. On the inhale, engage the core and engage the left arm, because the left arm is really what's doing the work here. The left leg's not doing very much. We're using our core muscles. We're lifting with our arm and our core, and we're bringing that left leg all the way up to center. We're switching the strap into our right arm, letting our left hand fall to the side, and pulling the leg all the way across. Leaving the shoulders against the mat, letting a slight twist happen in the lower back. As soon as we start to feel that left shoulder come off the mat, we stop. And again, we can adjust the foot up or down depending on the comfort level of that hip. Taking one more inhale here, engaging that core, bring the leg back up to center, bringing both hands back to the strap. Go ahead and separate the strap a little bit and pull the leg in just a little bit farther this time for that hamstring stretch. Go farther than where you expected it to. Then bend that left knee, remove the strap. Hug the left knee to the chest. Pull it outside that rib cage like you're putting your knee into your shoulder, into your armpit really. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, send the left leg long, sigh it out. Go ahead and bring that right leg in. Place the strap around that right foot. And extend the right foot up to the sky. You have both hands on the strap on either side. Pulling that right leg forward, keeping the toes flexed, feeling it down the back of your calf and your hamstring to the point where you start to feel tension on that stretch. Reminding ourselves that we can always back off some. We can pull harder if we need to. We can lift that right leg or left leg to bend. Then go ahead and put the strap in the right hand, drop the left hand to the side. Again, we're letting our core muscles and our arm do the work here, and we're dropping that right leg all the way over to the right. The right leg is not doing a whole lot here. The strap is really the one doing all the work. Strap the arm, the core. Engage that core. On the next inhale, bring the leg up. Swap the hands. And on the exhale, send the right arm out to the side and bring that that right leg over to the left. Keeping those shoulders flat against the mat. A little bit of a twist in the spine. Take one more inhale here. Engage that core, bring the leg back up to center. Place both hands on the strap, pull that right leg in a little bit farther if you can. Can you get a little bit deeper into that hamstring stretch? Then bend the right knee into the chest so you can move the strap. Hugging that right knee in and then shifting it over to the outside, the rib cage. It's like going into your armpit. Taking one nice deep breath. And on the exhale, setting the right leg long, sighing it out. Let's go ahead and push ourselves up to a seated position. Sitting in a nice, easy seated pose, right on those hip bones. Placing our hands on our knees. Take a nice inhale. And on the exhale, just drop the head forward. Notice when you drop your head forward, did your spine curve? If it did, straighten it back out again. Inhale, bring the head up. Exhale, drop the head over to the left. Notice if you raise that left shoulder to meet the ear. If you did, drop that left shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop it a little bit to the back. Extending those muscles in the front of our neck, all down through our chest. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, over to the right. Remembering to keep shoulders away from ears, back nice and long. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, head forward. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the back. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Inhale, bring the hands up above the head. Exhale, bring the left hand behind the back, using the right hand to pull on that left elbow. Feeling that upper shoulder stretch. Making sure the body stays straight. Try not to hunch over. Don't let the elbow push the head. Use the head to push the shoulder back. Keeping that back nice and straight. Take 2 more breaths here. One more inhale. On the exhale, release the arms up and switch. Let's bring that right arm behind the head, using the left hand on that right elbow. Again, making sure the spine is nice and straight. Taking 2 more breaths here. On that next inhale, we release the arms up on the exhale and bring them down to the side. Bring your left hand out to the side. Internally rotate it so that it's a thumbs down. Then hook that left elbow behind your back, just slightly behind your back. Take your right hand and bind your left wrist. pull that left arm forward so that you can see your fingers on the right-hand side. I'm going to turn around for you real quick just in case you're not 100% sure what I did. I put that left arm out. I internally rotated my hand so my thumb is pointing down. I twisted it to my back, used my right arm to bind the left wrist and pulled it over. My spine is still straight. My legs are a little bit more loosey-goosey. It's a little bit harder to sit this way. My head is still nice and straight up. Take one more breath here and exhale, release. Send the right arm out to the side. Internally rotate, thumbs down. Bend at the elbow, bring it to the small of the back. Use that left hand to bind the right wrist and pull it over to the left side. Keeping the back nice and straight, sitting up nice and tall. It's like you're shaking hands with yourself on the other side of the body. As you get into more advanced yoga and you work with more binds, this is the entryway into a bind, being able to wrap the arm around the back of the body, using the other hand to bring that bind forward. Take one more inhale here, and exhale, release. Let's bring ourselves to a tabletop position. Hips above the knees, shoulders above the wrists. Take a moment to move in however feels good for you. Maybe a few cat-cows, maybe a few hip circles, whatever feels good. Don't have to do what I'm doing, but if you go one direction of a circle, make sure you go the other. Just feels good to wiggle. Maybe roll the head a little bit. Taking two more breaths here. And settling back into that neutral tabletop. Extend the left leg behind you, keeping the toes on the ground, feeling the stretch through the back of the heel. Then lift that left leg up. Notice here our hips should be square. We're not raising our hips yet. Our hips are level, they're in a square position. Kickstand that right leg behind you. Now open up the hips and the shoulders. They're now stacked. My left shoulder is directly above my right shoulder. My right hip is lower than my left hip. Try to fight gravity here. You don't want to feel like you're being weighed down. You want to feel like somebody has a string at your wrist, they're pulling your wrist up. Somebody's holding your ankle and pulling your ankle back to the wall. I know that's kind of strange, but this is the position you want to feel when you're in a half moon. And we can talk about it more in this position because we're not balancing on one leg so much. So it's like you're a marionette. Someone's pulling at your left arm, bringing it way up, and your left leg bringing it way up, so that there's really not a whole lot of weight happening in the right. Go ahead and tabletop those right fingers. And then can you lift those right fingers just ever so slightly to feel that balance? Drop the left leg down, come up on the knee, and then arch over with that right side. A little bit of a reverse there. If I was in class with you, I would walk around and I would actually grab your top hand so you could feel that weightlessness. And it does help to really get there. And I know I can't do that virtually. I can't do that with social distancing rules. Not allowed to touch people. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bring the hands back down to the mat. Turn the right leg back in. Bring the left leg back in to your tabletop. Extend the right leg behind you. Feel the stretch through the heel. Push back harder if you need to. Notice that those hips are square, our shoulders are square. We're perfectly parallel to the mat. When we make the rotation, we're going to make everything perpendicular to that mat. So we lift the right leg, we kickstand the left, shoulders become stacked, hips become stacked. My foot is really reaching back, staying flexed. My right arm is reaching up like someone is pulling it, and I'm not putting a whole lot of pressure on this arm that's on the ground. It's not my balance point because I'm pulling away from the gravity. Can you tabletop those left fingers, feeling a little less weight on it? Then dropping the right foot down, rising up on our left knee, and reaching our left arm over for a little curve here. Inhale, reach the body up. Exhale, bring the hands back down to the mat. Unkickstand that leg. Bring the right leg back in to the tabletop. We're now going to do my least favorite pose in yoga of all time, and I rarely ever do it, but Ramona wanted hip opener, so we'll do this one. It's one of the best hip openers out there, but I hate it because it hurts. So you're going to want to turn sideways on your mat, and then you're going to want to take the end of your mat and fold it in a little bit on both sides, because it's good to have a little extra padding here. And then I'm going to place my left knee on that and my right knee, and I'm going to sit as wide as I can into what's called frog's pose. So it's like a really wide-legged child's pose. I mean, really, really wide-legged. And I want to drop my chest flat down and my hips as low as I can get. And it hurts and I hate it. But it is a really good pose. We're bringing fluid into the hips. It gets rid of a lot of tension in our hips. You probably should be doing this pose every day, but I have yet to meet a yoga person that actually likes this pose because it hurts all of us because we have sore hips. Being mindful of our breath here, really breathing through the stretch, trying not to rush it, taking that 4-count inhale, pausing at the top, taking that 4-count exhale. One more time, that 4-count inhale, and that 4-count exhale. Go ahead and lift the head, bring the hands underneath the head. There's really no graceful way to get out of this either, so just sort of walk the knees back in. Extend the mat back out. Blame Ramona for asking for hip openers that I decided to go with the frog. No, I'm teasing Ramona. Blame me, it was my choice. And then we'll turn to our normal tabletop. Lift up that left leg and just make a couple of quick hip circles, because that was a lot of work. Frog is tough. Once you do a couple of forward hip circles, go ahead and do a few backwards hip circles. Returning that left leg down, then shifting over to the right, a few forward circles, and a few backward circles. Returning to our neutral tabletop, tucking our toes, lifting our hips, pulling back. Do our downward facing dog. First down dog of the day. Let the head hang between those hands and arms. Shaking our head, yes. And a couple of no's. Finishing it up with 2 more yeses. Never end on a no. Walking out our dog by bending our left knee and our right knee. Really starting to feel that space, knowing that it's okay if our heels don't touch the ground right now. If our legs are bent and our heels are up, that's okay, as long as those arms are straight and hips are up in the air. Whatever you got to do to make that happen. Taking 2 more breaths here in our dog. On the inhale, come up on our toes. Lift those hips up higher. Exhale, pull forward, high plank. Inhale, bring those hips way up to the sky. Exhale, drop the heels. Inhale, come up on those toes. Lift those hips up nice and high. Exhale, pull forward, high plank. Inhale those hips back up to the sky. Exhale, return the heels to the mat. One more time, come up on those heels on the inhale. Exhale, pull forward, high plank. We're going to hold this high plank for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push those hips way back up in the air. Exhale, bring the heels back down to the mat. Look between your hands, bend those knees, come up on those toes, and then just walk yourself forward to the front of the mat. For your forward fold, let the arms hang. If your feet and heels aren't together, go ahead and heel toe those feet together. Bend your knees a lot. Place your hands on the knees, come rolling on up. Standing on mountain pose. Mountain pose is a very active pose. It seems like it should be the easiest pose, but it's an incredibly active pose. You should be pressing down through your feet, shining up through the top of your head. Arms are strong next to you. Core is engaged. Everything is moving. If somebody came and tried to push you, you would barely move because you are a mountain. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Place the hands on the mat in front of you. Step the left foot back and the right foot back, high plank. Pull directly back, downward facing dog. Breathing here. Inhale, come up on those toes. Bend the knees, look between the hands. Walk the feet forward. Let the head hang, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back or halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Back stays straight, legs stay straight, arms come up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to behind your back, right to the small of the back for a little back bend here. Giving yourself a little goose with your fingers. Inhale, return center. Bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive down to your forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift. Place those hands on the mat. Step the right foot back, then the left foot back. High plank. Drop the knees. Stick the butt up in the air. Bring your chest down between your fingers. 8-point posture. Toes, hands, chest, chin. Shift ever slightly forward to a cobra. Untuck the toes, lower. Rise up again, baby cobra. And lower. Using those back muscles, rise up again, baby cobra. Try not to push off with those arms. Release. One more time, baby cobra. Tuck those toes back behind you, push up through tabletop. Pull back, downward facing dog. Breathing here. Lift the left leg up behind you, keeping the hips square. Hips are square, toes are pointed down. Come up on our right foot. Lift our left leg up even higher. Don't open the hips though, they're still somewhat square, not stacked yet. Look between the hands. Arch the back, step that left foot between the hands, runner's lunge. Maybe you tense your fingers, maybe you use fists, maybe you use blocks here. Feeling that full body stretch from head down to heel. Drop the back knee, flip the toes, rise up, low lunge. Maybe scooch that front foot forward a bit if your knee is bent too far forward. Feeling that beautiful hip opener in that right side. Taking one more inhale here. Bring the hands next to the foot, straighten that front leg, pull back for your pyramid, kneeling pyramid here. Drop the head. Maybe you can sit all the way back. Maybe you're up here. Whatever's comfortable on your hamstring. Inhale, bend that front knee. Bring the left hand inside the left foot. Turn the left foot 45 degrees out. Twist on that back knee so that you're not on it. Drop down to the forearms for your lizard. Leave the right forearm on the mat. Go ahead and extend the left arm up. Twist your lizard. Bring that left hand back down to the mat. Place the right hand on the mat. Bring that left foot back forward and left hand outside. Tuck those right toes and runner's lunge. Rise up, crescent lunge. Maybe bring that back foot in a little bit. Mine slipped as we were lizarding. Feeling the flexion in those back knee, 90 degrees above the knee and the ankle on that left foot. Taking an inhale here. On the exhale, drop the left arm back, right arm forward, west side stretch. Inhale, arms up overhead. Okay, so you were in lizard. You've been in lizard for a very, very long time. Let's go ahead and bring the two hands back down to the mat. Bring that left hand outside the left foot. Raise those back toes for that runner's lunge on the left side. Take a little step in forward with that back foot and then rise up to your crescent lunge. Feeling a little bit of flexion in that back knee. Shoulders are away from ears. Arms are strong up ahead. Pinkies in a little bit farther than the thumbs. We take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, drop the left arm back, right arm forward for that west side stretch. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, place them down on the mat. Step the left foot back. Scissor open towards the left, lifting that right arm up high. Side plank. Exhale, bring the right hand back down to the mat. Lower slowly, chaturanga. Shift forward, upward facing dog. Push back, downward facing dog. Now I have to remember what we did. There was a little video pause and an internet disconnect. Inhale the right leg up behind you, keeping those hips nice and square, keeping those toes flexed. Take a deep inhale, come up on the left toes and lift that right leg up even higher. We're not stacking the hips though, we're just lifting those hips up. Look between the hands, arch the back, bend the right foot through, stepping forward, runner's lunge. Drop the back knee, flip the left toes, rise up, low lunge. Feeling that opening in the left hip space. Making sure those shoulders aren't creeping up towards the ears. My shoulders are always creeping up. Taking one more inhale here. Exhale, placing the hands next to that right foot, straightening that right leg. Inhale, bend that right leg. Turn the front foot 45 degrees. That right foot comes 45 degrees. The right hand comes inside that foot. The left toes lift and we twist off that left knee. We come down into lizard on the other side. We're not going to have quite as extended lizard here. I'm not sure if you did the lizard twist on the other side, but we're going to lizard twist on this side. Go ahead and lift the right arm up, twisting the shoulders. The hips kind of stay in the same place. The legs move. All we did was really twist those oblique muscles to lift that right arm. Bring the right hand back down to the mat. Bring the left hand to the mat. Right arm comes outside that right foot. Come up on those back left toes. Step them in just a little bit. Rise up, crescent lunge. Flexion in that back knee. Front knee is 90 degrees above the ankle. Shoulders are away from ears. Take a deep inhale. Ooh, I'm falling over here. On the exhale, drop the right arm back, send the left arm forward, west side stretch. Inhale, bring the arms up.
Exhale, bring the arms down to the mat. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Scissor towards those right heels, lifting that left arm, side plank. Exhale, bring the left hand back down to the mat. And lower chaturanga or 8-point posture. Up to our upward facing dog. And pulling back to our downward facing dog. Resting here. Inhale the left leg up behind you. Bend the knee, spin open, stack those hips down. You're kind of looking up underneath your left armpit. Come up on those right toes. Look between the hands. Arch the back as you step that left foot through those hands. In that runner's lunge. Drop the back foot 45 degrees. Rise up, warrior one. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, drop the hands behind the shoulder, behind the backs. Interlace the fingers. Roll those shoulders down the back. A little back bend here. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, open warrior two. Back foot's now parallel to the mat, feeling that straight line run from your hip all the way down the side of that right foot. Front knee is bent and strong, 90 degrees over that ankle. Drop the left arm onto the thigh, reach the right arm up, side angle. Extend that left arm, engage the core. Bring the left arm back down to the thigh. Rise up, reverse your warrior. Straighten the front leg. Now we're in a reverse triangle. Inhale, bring the arms forward. Kick the right hip back. Reach as far forward as you can. Then lower down for your triangle. Lift that left arm on the lower side. Feel that ab stretch. Release that lower arm. Rise up, reverse your triangle. Bend the front knee. Warrior two. Step the back foot in ever so slightly. So we still have a bent knee here in the front, but our back leg has come in a good bit. Think about when you were a kid and you used to try to cartwheel. The whole body would want to move together. We're going to bring our balance to that left leg. We're going to let our left arm come down. We're going to raise our right arm as if it's on a string and our left leg is on a string for our half moon. We always have our blocks available if we need to. My apologies that my back's to you. I should have been doing this the other direction. Go ahead and turn this around here real quick. Same leg forward. We can grab that block if we need to. We're bringing ourselves forward. We're lifting that back hip, feeling like we did when we were on the mat before. Can you feel like that arm is pulling up? Can you feel like that back foot is pulling up? We're away from the ground, away from the mat and the block, but we're using that block as balance. Maybe just rest our fingertips there or hover those fingertips there if it makes you feel better. Everything is stacked. Bring the hands to heart center. Twist the body forward, warrior three. Slowly come back to mountain. Come back the other direction here. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, place the hands on the mat. Step the left foot back, then the right foot back. Pull back, down dog. Inhale that right leg up behind you. Bend the knee and spin open. We're really stacking those hips there. It's that same feeling we get in the half moon. We're looking underneath our right armpit. We come up on those left toes. We look between our hands. We arch our back and step our right foot between our hands. Runner's lunge. Dropping that back foot 45 degrees. Rise up, warrior one. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, bring the hands behind us, interlace those fingers down the back. Roll the shoulders. Fold forward, humble warrior. Maybe the hands rest on the back. Maybe they come up, whatever's comfortable for you. Exhale, release those hands, and on the inhale, we rise back up, warrior one. Open to our warrior two. Back foot is parallel, feeling that straight line. Oh, I have a hole in my pants. Not sad. Feeling the straight line from our left hip all the way down through our left foot. Right knee is 90 degrees above the ankle. Arms are strong. Hips are stacked. Oh, sorry, hips are square forward. Shoulders are same. This is the same position we're in when we half moon. Everything is on top of each other. Bring the right hand down to the thigh. Reach the left arm up, side angle. Extend that right arm, engage the core. Bring the right arm back down to the thigh. Rise up, reverse your warrior. Straighten the front leg, reverse triangle. Bring our arms back to center. Kick that left hip back and reach as far forward as you can. When you can't reach any farther, come down for your triangle. Lift that lower arm, engaging that core. Drop that right arm, rise up, reverse your triangle. Bend that front knee, return to your warrior two. Step the back foot in ever so slightly. I'm gonna step my front foot in too because I don't want to go diving off my porch. If you want the block, use the block, it's there. It's just a prop though. You have all the feelings you need. You know how your hips are supposed to be. You know how your shoulders are supposed to be. You know how your hands are supposed to be. We've done this in a variety of methods now. We're gonna reach ourselves forward like we're cartwheeling, lifting that back leg, keeping those hips square, arms shining forward. And that half moon. I'm much better on this side as I am on the other. Finding that drishti spot, something that's not moving. Don't stare at me on the screen, I'm moving. Bring the hands to heart center. Twist the body down, warrior three. Slowly rise up to your mountain. Whew. Go ahead and take a little waterfall here. It's a lot of work on those legs. Hopefully you're still with me. Whew. Bring the feet together, return to mountain. Inhale the arms up. Use the right hand to bind the left wrist and crescent moon to the right. Usually we do this earlier, but that's okay. Inhale, back to center. Switch the wrist. Crescent moon to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, swan dive down. Folding forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Bend the knees a lot. Tuck the tailbone. Inhale, Utkatasana. Make sure that tailbone is tucked under, that you're not compressing that lower back if it's not comfortable for you. You're sitting back low. Your toes are able to move. You're putting the weight on your heels. We sweep the arms behind and we lift them up, keeping them strong like a lightning bolt. Bring the hands to heart center. Take an inhale. Fold forward, bend. Hips go up, head comes down. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We're gonna do Utkatasana a couple more times, so don't worry, you don't get away that easy. Bend the knees, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, Utkatasana. Weight is in the heels and the balls of the feet. Bring the hands to heart center. Sit a little bit lower. Twist to the left. Open the arms, expand. Inhale, hands to heart center. Come back to center. If your block is nearby, place that block in front of you again. Shift the weight into the right foot. Lift the left. Extend the left leg back. Open the arms, half moon. Same half moon we were in before. Slowly bend the front leg. Step back, warrior two. Inhale to a gentle warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, gentle warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Reach forward, reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill the arms down. Come up on those left toes. Set the right foot back to meet the left. Scissor open to the left. Raise that right arm. On the exhale, thread the needle, pulling the hips way up in the air. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we thread. Inhale, right arm comes up. On the exhale, we pull those hips way back, almost like we're in a down dog. Inhale, we rise. Bring the hand back down to the mat. Shift forward, lower chaturanga. Shift forward, upward facing dog. Pull back, downward facing dog. Excuse me. Breathing here. Bend the knees. Set the gaze between the hands. Take a hop to the front. Can you make it all the way? Exhale, fold. Inhale to your flat back. Step back on my mat here. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Lower the hips. Inhale, lift the arms up, Utkatasana. Bring the hands to heart center. Twist to the right this time. Open the arms, expand. Inhale, hands back to center. Shift the weight into the left leg. Bring that right leg up. Extend it back. Open the arms. You're in your half moon again. Feeling that body stretch. Bend the front leg slightly. Step back. Warrior two. Inhale to that gentle warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Never worry if you fall out of your half moon into a warrior two. That's why they call it practice. Everything we do is practice. Inhale, gentle warrior. Exhale, warrior two. If you fell out dramatically this time, well, then next time you're going to fall out again, but maybe not so dramatically. Inhale, reach forward, reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill those hands down to the mat. Come up on the right toes. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Scissor open, lifting that left arm way up in the air. Pull the hips up nice and high as you thread the needle. Inhale, rise up. Do me a favor and place your left hand on your obliques. And this time when you thread the needle, feel those oblique muscles really tighten. That's where you're working when you're threading the needle. You should feel everything here on the left tighten in. Inhale, rise up. One more time. We're not really threading this time. We're feeling those oblique work. Inhale, rise up. Extend that left hand. Bring it down to the mat. Lower slowly, chaturanga. Shift forward, upward facing dog. Pull back, downward facing dog. Breathing here. Let's go ahead and drop our knees to the mat. Move the block out of the way if it's there. And kick our legs back out in front. Have a seat. Whew. Time flies when the video stops and you have to do everything all over again. Bend the right leg up. Place the left hand behind you with your fingers facing away. Right arm extends. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, lift the hips, lift the right arm. Excuse me. Dancer's bridge, dog flipped, wild thing. It has a variety of poses. Exhale, bring the hips back down to the mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sit down. One more time, inhale, rise up. See how far you can roll that right shoulder open. Can you get it all the way over to a bridge? Exhale, have a seat. Shake out that left arm. Let's switch them. Right leg extends. Left foot bends in. Right arm comes behind us, fingers facing towards the back. Left arm is extended out in front. We take an inhale. On the exhale, we lift those hips, rise up. Feeling that lovely arch in the back. Feeling like we're in Swan Lake. Have a seat. Whew. Take a nice inhale. On the exhale, rise up. Holding here. Have that seat. Whew. One more time, take a deep inhale. On the exhale, rise up. Can you rotate that other shoulder? How far can you go? And then bring yourself down, have a seat. Whew. Bring both knees in. Wrap those arms around the knees, take a seated child's pose. Let's sit up on our nice sit bones here. Bring our arms out in front. Bring our legs up out in front. Keeping our back nice and straight. Can you straighten those legs? Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hollow it out to a lower boat. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back up. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shallow it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hollow it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the feet. Hug the knees. Seated child's pose. Extend those arms out in front of you. Lower yourself slowly, one vertebrae at a time. It feels good to lay like this. Keep the right foot bent. Cross the left leg over the right. Use the left hand to push that left knee away. We're doing pigeon on our back because we didn't have time to do pigeon normally. Maybe you hold here. Maybe you rock over to the left and to the right. Lift the right leg. Use the right hand to support that right leg. Pull it in a little bit farther. Feel it in that left buttocks. Maybe you rock from side to side. Feel free to put your left arm through and push out that elbow a little bit more. Support that right knee. For me, it's the 10 o'clock position on this side. I really feel it all down my left piriformis. Inhale, return to center. Drop the right foot, cross the left foot all the way over, arms out like a T. Drop the knees over to the right. Inhale, bring the knees back to center. Exhale, drop the knees over to the left. Inhale, back to center. Extend that left leg up to the sky. Point and flex the toe. Couple of circles. Bring the left foot back down to the mat. Extend the right leg and then cross it over the left. Use the right hand to push the knee away. Hold here or rock from side to side. Lift that left leg using that left hand for support. Maybe the right arm goes under and supports the leg also, using your elbow to push out that right knee. Holding here or rocking from side to side. This time it's the 2 o'clock position that really gets into my butt. Wherever you are, bring yourself back to center. Drop the left foot to the mat, cross the right leg all the way over, arms out to the side like a T. drop those knees to the left. Inhale the knees back up to center. Exhale them over to the right. Inhale those legs back up to center. Extend the right leg. Point and flex the toes a few times. Circle those feet around, clockwise and counterclockwise. Bring the right foot to the mat. Bring both knees into the chest. Rock from side to side here in a few circles. Feel that massage on the lower back. Make sure to change direction of your circles. Use the first two fingers to bind those first big toes. The first big toes, the only big toes you have. The first two fingers to bind your big toes. Really push those knees out to the side. Then lift the feet. Feel the opening of those hips. Happy baby. Maybe rock your baby side to side. Babies like to be rocked. Not that I would know, I don't have kids, but that's what I hear. It's word on the street. Come back to center. Straighten those legs if you can. Wide angle. Stretch. Rock from side to side. Inhale, center. Bring those knees into the chest. Hug them in nice and tight. Take a deep breath. And on the exhale, send the legs long, arms overhead, side out. Settle into your Shavasana. Whatever's comfortable for you. Feet playing to the side. Fingers up to the skies, down to the earth. Allow your body to take in the breath. Send the breath to the top of your head. Then exhale. Send the breath into your chest and shoulder space. And exhale. Send the breath down both arms. And exhale. Sending the breath to the belly. Exhale. To the hips. Exhale. To the legs. Exhale. And to the feet. Exhale. Surrendering here to the stillness. Allowing the breath to return to its natural rhythm. Bring awareness to the space around you. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Rock that head from side to side, ever so slightly. And when you're ready, we'll meet on our right side. And we'll push ourselves up to seated. If you're still here, if I haven't completely lost you on your video, please feel free to turn your sound and video back on. I intercross my deck trying not to get a linta. We bring our hands to heart center and our thumbs to our lips and to our third eye. In a gesture of respect, we bow to one another and say, Namaste.
Namaste.
Hmm. Thank you for the privilege of being your teacher. Sorry about the random video outage.